Hey kids, can you believe it's Friday? Friday, man, I thought it was going to be far away at the end of this week, but it came up just that quick. And so today's Friday. I wanted to give you guys one simple thing just concerning while you're at home and maybe some things that will be helpful to you. Now, today I want to talk with you about wisdom. Now, what's wisdom? Well, wisdom can be defined by many, many things, but I would probably say wisdom in a short, quick definition would be being able to decide whether something is right or something is wrong. And sometimes maybe you can even think about it, what's the best and what's the worst. And so wisdom is actually repeated throughout the Bible about how important it is. And Proverbs 16, verse 16, and here's what it says. It says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Now, back then, gold and silver, those were pretty expensive things, and they were the things to have. Now, I want to show you a quick illustration about wisdom. Now, you guys may have all seen this, or maybe you've been out and about and you've seen your parents using this. This is a credit card. Now, I can't show you the numbers on there, but this is a credit card. Now, I know probably all of you what you're thinking. You're probably, man, Pastor Sherwin has a credit card. That means we can spend money. Actually, no, it doesn't really mean that we can spend money. Now, I have this credit card, and to be honest with you, I could go and spend money. I could spend money on video games. I could spend money on food and ice cream and just the things we want to enjoy. I can spend money on all those things. But is that the wisest thing to do? It would probably catch up to me really quick if I spent a whole lot of money, but I didn't have the money to pay it back. And so now, even though I could do it, doesn't mean I should. So that's one example of being wise. Now, wisdom can go through every part of our life. I know some of you guys are at home and you're home 24/7. You really haven't been out. Maybe you're with your siblings, and sometimes things can frustrate you or them. And instead of just responding out of our emotion, we're angry, we're mad, or we're tired, or we're happy, and we do things based off of our emotion. That's not the wisest thing to do. What the wisest thing to do is maybe ask yourself this question: could I honor God with what I am doing? And that's a really, sometimes that question will get to you because you already know what God wants you to do. You know what would please God, and you know what would displease Him. So wisdom is just something we have to practice. Now, if you notice in the Bible that in the end of the New Testament in James says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. And you know what the great part about this is? God never ever runs out of wisdom. And whatever you maybe have to choose, I know a lot of people are trying to figure out what they're supposed to do in the weeks and months ahead. I will be honest with you, I'm going to have to rely on God and His wisdom. So I'm going to ask Him, Lord, what do you want us to do? What should we decide to do? That is a super important fact for us to know. We can come to God when we need wisdom. And Pastor Sherwin, he is not the sharpest person in the world. He's not intelligent and super guru of whatever it is. So I need God more than anything, and I'm going to need His wisdom. So now, kids, when you guys are at home and you are faced with a decision, okay, it's so much better to ask for wisdom and make the right choice than to respond out of anger or frustration, and then you end up regretting the decision you made because you did it out of emotion and not out of God's truth and God's word. So I want to challenge you today. Will you respond out of wisdom or emotion? Or when you get faced with a really tough decision, I would challenge you to ask God for wisdom. And I'm telling you, He will give you wisdom to make the right choice. I know He's going to lead us through this pandemic and through the coronavirus. He's going to lead us through. We have to trust him for his wisdom, and we should ask him for his best direction. And I hope you guys remember that. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will look forward to seeing you online on Sunday at 10 a.m. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.